Hey again, this is Baz at GotAUkulele. I'm just working through the written instrument reviews that I did on www.gotaukulele.com and complementing those with some video reviews, which is something people had asked for. So moving on, this is a uke that I reviewed pretty highly. This is a Pono MTD Tenor ukulele made by the Far Eastern subsidiary of the GotAUkulele company, which is a Hawaiian luthier. The M standing for mahogany, because this is a solid mahogany tenor. The T obviously for tenor, and the D I believe stands for deluxe, which I think just means it's covered in gloss, so maybe not all that deluxe, but there we are. Yeah, so a Far Eastern uke that fits probably into the high end of the intermediate scale ukes. This is not a handmade uke, it is a factory built instrument. But unlike the sort of Lanakais, Mahalos and whatnot, which are thrown out of the same factory and they just stick a badge on them, this is made in Indonesia by Pono and to their exacting standards with their woods, etc. So it's probably as close as you can get to a Hawaiian-built instrument without actually buying a Hawaiian-built instrument. And that quality control really shows through. I mean, this is an instrument that arrived to me absolutely flawlessly. It's beautifully built. There's not a thing wrong with it. Neat, tidy inside and out. On the written review for this, I actually referred to this as an electro ukulele. That's because this has an under-saddle pickup in it that was fitted by the people who supplied the uke to me, which is Southern Ukulele Store, which is a great place. But essentially, this is the MTD. It's an acoustic uke, and this is the way it comes, whether it comes with a pickup or not. There are no other differences. So we have a fairly standard shaped ukulele with beautifully book-matched grained mahogany on the top and the back, and nicely striped and evenly striped grain on the sides. But you'll see there is no other bling. This, apart from the gloss, we have no edge binding, we have no trim, and the only concession to that bling is this rope marquetry around the sound hole. This is actually inlaid. This is not a transfer, which is also very, very neat. But everything else is just, some would say it's very plain. I kind of like that, though. I'm not a big fan of super blingy instruments. They don't actually change the tone. I bought this because I wanted something that sounded nice. I was on the hunt for a new instrument to play with the band. I've been playing several tenors, most recently before this a Kala, top of the line Kala, but it didn't really do it for me. I thought the Kala was a bit one-dimensional. I wanted something richer. I'd heard good reviews about this and gave it a try and wasn't disappointed. So we have a fairly deep body, so it's got a big sound, but it's very light. This is not overbuilt at all. Several years ago, I heard comments about Pono being a little bit overbuilt. I've been playing Pono instruments for about 3 or 4 years. I own 2. I've played more. I've never had a problem with them. My wife has a concert Pono, which is a little quiet, I think, and maybe that's what people were getting at, but this certainly isn't. The woods are thin, really nicely built, and great projection. We have a rosewood tie bar saddle bridge, but it's nicely shaped here, something a little bit different from the norm. We have a saddle which is made of nut, and actually in the image there you can see there's a little hole here which is unusual for a ukulele. That is the Allen bolt for adjusting the relief of the neck, because we have a screwed bar that runs through the neck called a truss rod, which is really nice. As an instrument ages, and I'm talking sort of 20 years, the top may start to sink a little bit, the neck may start to bow up a little bit because of the tension of these strings, and that truss rod allows you to adjust that. I'm surprised you don't see it on more ukuleles, and it's good to see it here. Really nice and neat inside with the Pono label there. The braces are ultra thin, very neatly finished. I mean, this is very much a professional instrument when you look inside. Onto the neck, we have a mahogany neck. This is all one piece of wood until we get to here. Then we're stacked with 3 pieces of wood here at the heel, which I think is a bit excessive. Doesn't change the tone in any way, but there we are. I've seen cheaper ukuleles with less pieces of wood. And I suppose the only other concession to bling here is we have this rosewood cap on the edge of the heel here, which is nice, but nobody's ever going to see it, so there we go. The fingerboard is rosewood. We have a bit of discoloration, a bit of stripe in the rosewood, which does happen. I suppose if this was an instrument made by the parent company, GotAUkulele, that may well get rejected. I suppose that shows that this is not £1,000 of uke. But there we are. It's no big deal. We have pearloid fret markers outward facing, and thankfully we have fret markers for the player as well, which is a must for me. I just don't understand why manufacturers don't put those on. And you'll also see that the edge of the fretboard is bound, I think it's in ebony, possibly rosewood, and that binding hides the edge of the frets, which is a really nice professional touch. The neck, generally, I find is very comfortable to play. It's got a nice C-shaped, chunky profile. The nut is probably a little bit thinner than I would like, but fatter than an awful lot of tenors from the likes of Carla. So quite a lot of space up here. And very comfortable and fast to play. No fret edge sharpness or anything like that. It's good. We have a nut made of bone also. You can excuse this. This is the strap connector that I have hanging off the headstock. And then this is where I really think the instrument shines. This is a beautifully classy headstock. It is mahogany made, but we have this facing cap of stripy, glossy rosewood, which I think looks lovely. The Pono logo is in mother of pearl and is inlaid, and underneath the gloss, I think that looks terrific. The tuners, like on all Ponos, are Pono brand. These are ebony, small, tasteful buttons, and the tuners work really well. They are really smooth. No problems with them at all. They hold just fine, as you would expect for the money. So there we are. It's a nice instrument. I really enjoyed playing this. I play my go-down instrument on stage more now. This is my backup, but this is my jamming instrument as well when we get together for a play unplugged. This works brilliantly in a jam. It's got a big, rich voice, loads of projection because of the size of this body. This will do you a lot of favours if you were to play one of these. So it's currently tuned with Labella Uke Pro strings with a wound low G. They come with GotAUkulele strings. I'm not a fan of GotAUkulele strings, but as I always say about strings, your mileage may vary. Experiment, find out what you like, but I kind of like these. It's got a good sound. I do like it. And it's done me very well. I mean, this is one of those instruments that, you know, people fret about, will I like it? Will it come set up right? Will there be issues with it? I've never had a problem with the Pono. Professionals use these. I know Amanda Palmer has played Pono on stage. Dave Matthews Band I've seen with a Pono on stage. They're reliable. You know what you're going to get. You know it's going to be a good sound. You know it's going to be well built. I think they are highly recommended, and I would check them out.